Okay, another moment of truth. See if this starts up. Cranks right up. Good. So I'm starting out with 2664.2 miles on the odometer. And I need gas. Alright, 1.167 gallons. That's pretty much as low as I've ever gotten this tank. And I got 26660, and that's what I'm going to call the start of my trip. Alright folks, we're on the road. I just filled up with gas. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, August 28th. And I'm starting out with 2,666 exactly miles on the odometer, and this is going to be the longest trip I've ever made on the Honda Ruckus. And I'm doing that in celebration of my 500 subscribers. Right now I'm sitting at about 508, and which is pretty cool. And speaking of cool, it was 80 degrees when I left the house. It's probably still 80. It's been hanging around there for a long time. It's muggy when you stop, but feels good when you're riding with the wind. The rain forecast says it's about maybe a 6% chance of rain today. There was a 7% chance of rain yesterday when we went out, and Lord have mercy, we got stuck in the worst storm you could imagine, riding at night in my little bitty truck, and this was not supposed to happen. It's already sprinkling, so I mean, not enough to stop the trip, but kind of a warning that maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't know. We're gonna try it anyway. So you guys that don't hang around, you're gonna miss it, because this is going to be one epic adventure. Alright folks, time for the great reveal. Driven 22 miles so far just to get to, pull the lens cap off, 22 miles to get to State Highway 95. That's the highway that goes through Taylor. You've seen it 1,000 times on my channel if you watch my videos 1,000 times, but you should. But we're not stopping at Taylor this time. We're going to be on the road quite a few hours already. We've been on the road for 45 minutes. We're going to go through Taylor. We're going to go through Granger. I'm thinking one of them is called Bartlett, and then Holland. That's where we're going to take a left, and we're going to go to Salado. And that will be my longest trip thus far. I'm pretty sure I can get all the way to Salado on one tank of gas. Of course, got my little gauge here to warn me when I'm running out. But we're going to go in there. There's a nice little coffee shop. It's a beautiful square in Salado that y'all have never seen before on this channel. And that's enough of me in this boring stretch of road here. We got still about 6 or 7 miles before I even get to Taylor. And I'm already, let me do the math here, 23 miles into the trip. Is that right? Yeah, 23 miles. But 95 will be a pretty easy road. I'll take you through some of Taylor, of course, just to make things complete. Then I'll start listing off the towns as we go through them. Alright, the sign says Taylor, and we are at 2693 point something 6 on the odometer. And it is 10:50. You guys know I love this little bridge here in Taylor. I'm shooting it again. That's, I don't know, it's just a rail yard. Something about a rail yard. So like I said, we've been through Taylor on this scooter dozens of times. I love Taylor. It's a great little town. Uh-oh. And we're pretty much through the cool part. Alright, the speed limit's starting to climb. I'm going to consider this the outskirts of Taylor, so we're through that. Didn't really take that long, about 5 minutes to go through. Got pretty lucky at the lights. And nothing but straight open road ahead of me with this nice wide shoulder. I'm sure that when this goes down to one lane, I'll be using that shoulder quite a bit. The whole purpose of this trip is in recognition of my 500 subscribers. I think I'm up to like 508 right now. And to show people what this Ruckus can do. You know, slow and steady wins the race, right? Well, maybe not every race, but you know what I mean. And number 3, to show you what this channel will do if you guys keep on watching, keep on subscribing. What we're going to do now is a kind of a town countdown to Salado. Okay, so there's one town I did not mention on my list, and that is Circleville, and we just entered it. I'd shoot a video to show people how empty and lonely it can get out here in Texas. Every so often you'll have a car passing by, but there's a lot of nothing as far as help goes in between towns. Alright folks, welcome to Granger, Texas. It is 11:10 and we are about 40 miles into the trip right now. That's not bad. That's not a bad time at all, really. Consider I'm going through towns. The next town we're going to come to is Bartlett. I'll just show you what I'm coming into. The 2-lane road that I was on has now merged into a 1-lane road, but I have a pretty generous shoulder there to make use of, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to use it quite a bit. If I turned the camera on in time, but we are in Bartlett and it is about 11:15 and we have 2709. Call it 2710, it's closer to that. 2710 on the odometer. Which means we're coming about 46 miles. You know what, this is really good. I should get off and take a break, and if I see someplace interesting, I might just get off, stretch my legs a couple of minutes, and then get back on the road. I've been sitting down for an hour and a half, and that's long enough. We got a little brother on the bike. Oh, bike and bra. What's up? Let's see what we got here. Anything interesting? That's a neat little town. Okay. Wow, look at that old car. I'm glad I kept the camera running. That is the freaking coolest. Huh. Alright. Bartlett's a little cooler than I thought. Yeah, we might just find a tree, pull over. Just a stretch. looking church there, isn't it? That's nice. That would be a good place to pull over, except it's Sunday. Alright guys, welcome to Holland. This is our turn. And this is where I take a break first, before we head on further. Find a good place to pull over. Pull over other side of these buildings here. Let's see here. Is this a good spot, or that looks like a nice shady spot over there actually. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, it's a little windy. I'm in Holland and it is 11:30 and I've got 2716.6, so I've come almost exactly 50 miles in about an hour and a half. So that's not bad. This is Holland. It's Sunday, of course. But they have events here, so it's kind of a cool little square. I just stopped, took about a 10-minute break to stretch my legs and get a drink of water. And now we're on a long, lonely country road. Well, it's probably not going to be too lonely. But we're on a long country road to Salado. And I'll show you some of that view before we get into town. Now, on this road, I need to take, I think it's a right on Bain Street, and I always miss that turn when I'm in a car, and I always have to go down to the highway. I'm hoping I don't have to do that, but we'll see if I can find that street. You can see there's a pretty busy road. There's not really much of a shoulder for me, so the way you handle this is you can still get over as far as you can, and you slow down so that people can go around you as quickly as possible. And I've had worse roads, so it's not that big of a deal. It's actually a pretty good road. It's pretty nice. And if I had an endless battery here, man, I'd show a whole lot more. But it's quite a trip, quite a long trip we're going on. So I'm going to try to conserve as much battery as possible, and I'll only turn the camera back on if there's something just especially beautiful. And it's really nice out there. Look at that. I should see if I can move this up a little bit. Y'all can see a little better maybe. All that land out over there on the right. I believe that's a horse hospital, and looks like all that land is for sale. Alright, so I do know that after that horse hospital, or whatever it is, that's when I need to start looking for Bain Street. So let's see if this is it right here. Oaks Drive? No. Might be right up here, actually. Interesting sign there. This is it. Now I see why I miss it every so often, or every time. It's because the sign is set back so far from the actual intersection. So I got to remember next time, just turn at the road sign, the street sign that I can't see. We are in Salado, by the way, and it is 12 o'clock. And let's see here. It is. It's exactly 60 miles. All right. And this is a gorgeous little town. Let me tell you, Sunday, so not a lot happening on a Sunday, but I do believe this coffee shop is open. And that's where I'm going to have lunch. See if I can get somewhere where there's going to be a nice shady spot for me to park. We're at the Lively Coffee House, and they are open. Hey folks, I'm at Lively Coffee House and Bistro in Salado, and I got the green turkey sandwich. And I know green turkey sounds odd. I wouldn't have eaten it had I not been recommended this before, but that is the best sandwich I've ever had. So I got 26.7, which means I've gone almost exactly 60 miles to get to this little coffee house in Salado. So if I just went back home the same way as I came, it'd be 120 miles. But what's the adventure in that? By the way, this Lively Coffee House, you got to get the, it's a weird name, but you got to get the green turkey sandwich because it is good. All right, so no real adventure in going home the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut over to the west side of I-35 and see if we can. We're going to have to ride on the access road for a little bit, but we're going to take, what is this, 2843 all the way to Florence. And we won't run out of gas because I know there's a gas station right there. It's getting a little warm out right now. It started, it was 80 degrees. It says the high is going to be 97. I don't think it's going to get there. But currently the temperature is 90 degrees. A little overcast still and breezy, so it feels pretty good. I'm going to go from here to Florence. We'll cut over to Florence, which will take us to Andis, or Ice. And that'll take us back into Georgetown, then home from there. Let's see if we can do it. So I pulled up here so other people could park. Let me see if I can get around this way. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay. Get a chance to come to Salado. You definitely want to come on a Saturday, because that's when things are happening. And this is a happening little town. I mean, all the way down I-35. Especially if you're into antiques. Look at that water over there. That is so cool. This is a pretty little town. This is a beautiful town. Go. 2243. Okay, I got the number wrong, but you know what I mean. It had a few in it. Our turn to go to Florence. That is a nice road. Nice and smooth. Okay, I think I got almost exactly 80 miles on this tank. And, you know, the goal isn't to run out of gas, not on this trip. Got a gas station right here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and fill up and get this out of the way. It is 1:30, by the way. Okay, 0.882 gallons, not bad. And 27,461. About 80 miles, so I'm getting about 90 miles to the gallon. Here we are in Florence, Texas. Actually, you know what? Great thumbnail. Okay, had to do a quick stop there. Get a thumbnail for the YouTube video, but also for my community tab. It was the whole reason of getting the 500, was why that was such a goal. And we just came through Florence. It's a beautiful little town. And next stop is Andes, or Ice. Now, the story goes that it was a gas station at one time and a restaurant. It's still a restaurant. But back when ice was a thing that not everybody had, they would sell sundry such and ice. And that's where the town got its name. Okay, 970. Still really cool out. It's about 90 degrees, but it's feeling really good. The wind on my arms and in my chest hair, my manly, very manly chest hair. Feels very good. Welcome to Andis. And we've come 87 miles. And this is our turn towards Georgetown. 2338. If I kept going straight, that would take me to 183 and Leander. Which is a happening little town too. Seems like all the little towns are happening, except mine. I guess the grass is always greener though, isn't it? Bad news because my camera ran out of battery. I was going to show a picture of it, but it's here. There, I already put it up. So I'm going to have to do this with the cell phone. And pretty much until I get, if I see some pretty views, I'll take some video and I'll try to do some recording about what time at what time I get back into Georgetown. And then from there, we pretty much, you've seen the trip before. I've been to Georgetown plenty of times. So we'll probably end it there. All right, there's my odometer. You can see I've gone, looks like 88 miles so far. All right, guys, I'm about exactly 100 miles since my first fill up. Here, I'll show you the odometer in a second. Anyway, it is about 2:30, so I've been on the road 4.5 hours. Of course, I did a few stops. I did, you know, a stop for a break, a very long stop for a lunch, and then I stopped and got some gas, and I saw some bikers there, and I talked to them a while. Very nice. They were really intrigued with my Ruckus. And one of them wanted to trade his Harley for my Ruckus, but I told him I already had a Harley, so, you know. Anyway, I am about 20 miles from home. I'm just a couple of miles from I-35. I'm going to cross there, and then I'll be in Georgetown again, and y'all have seen that numerous times, so I won't show that. But I'll show you the mileage on my odometer and the time, how long it took me the entire trip. And this is just my last little water break. And it's been a beautiful day. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here for all intents and purposes. So if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, share this. Let that truck go by. One of the things, and I'm saving this to the end, one of the things that I wanted to do is check the viability of this channel to see if it can grow beyond the 500 mark. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so we can keep these videos coming, all right? So I'll see you on the road. Take care. 2786.3, let's just call it 120 miles, and it is, I don't know if you can see that here, 3:30, almost 3:30. So I've been on the road for about 5 hours. Okay guys, I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.